the Amplify CLI on our machine, we need Node Package Manager. So let's get Node.js from their official website. Here you can simply select your operating system and download Node accordingly. And for now, I will simply select the Windows option and simply download it for my Windows machine. Once it gets downloaded, you can simply open it and install it on your system. Now I already have pre-installed on my system, so I can skip this step for now. And into the shell we can simply check if npm is correctly installed or not. Okay, here it is properly running on my terminal. Now you can simply type the following command to get the Amplify CLI for Flutter onto your operating system. Now it will almost take 10 to 15 minutes depending on your internet speed to download the Amplify CLI.
A few moments later.
We can simply test it out by running onto the shell by typing the name of it, which is simply the amplifier. So once we have our Amplify CLI running into our machine, we can now simply configure the following Amplify CLI with the AWS account. So to do that, we can simply type here the following command, which is simply amplify configure. Now here you simply have to press enter to continue, and also a new window will be popped up into our machine which will form a default browser. So let's close it for now. And so here we can simply specify our AWS region. So for now I will simply select my AWS region, and also I will select a username, let's say a vanilla. We can simply enter to continue, and here it will simply pop up for the following IAM user. So here I can simply move into the user tab and add a new user. So let's add a username for our new user. So let's get it a name of vanilla. And here for the following access type of the following username, we can simply give it an access type of programmatic access as well as AWS Management Console access. Now for the following task of implementing Amplify CLI with our Flutter, we simply need programmatic access. But in case of handling S3 buckets or EC2 server, you can simply go with the AWS Management Console access, where you have to simply provide a custom or auto-generated password. But for now, we don't need that. So we will simply move with the programmatic access. Now in the section of permission, we can simply attach a direct policy to it. So to attach a existing policy, we can simply attach the policy of administrative access so that the user will get overall access of the AWS Management Console. So we can simply select next, and we don't need any tags for this purpose. We can simply review our entire setup once, and we can simply create a new user. So here we have successfully created a new user. So let's move on to our terminal. So after pressing enter to continue, it will simply prompt us to enter the access key ID. So we can simply copy the access key ID from here and simply paste it here. Also it will prompt us to add a secret access key. So we can simply copy the secret access key from here and paste it into our terminal. Also let's give a profile name to our user. Okay, so we are done with adding a new user into our management console. So let's create a new Flutter project. So here I can simply add the following command to create a new Flutter project on my desktop. And once we are done, we can simply hover into our desktop, and once our new project is created, we can simply move into the project folder. And first thing first, let's launch our emulator so that we can see everything what's happening onto the application. Now here are some of my few tips that you should configure into a Flutter project as well. So you can simply move into the Gradle wrapper, and under the Gradle wrapper properties, you can simply change the distribution URL version from 5.6.2 to 5.6.3, and after changing the following distribution URL, you can simply move into a Gradle file, and scrolling down you can simply enable the Dalvik version of our application. So here I can simply write multi-disk enable to true. Also let's change the minimum SDK version for our Flutter project from 16 to 20. Now let's start adding the following dependencies for Amplify console after clearing the empty commented code. Now this is one of my short trick for adding external dependencies into our Flutter project. So to add external dependency without moving into the official website of pub.dev, you can simply move into the extensions of your VS Code, and after reaching into the extensions of VS Code, you can simply get the pubspec assist. Now this pubspec assist comes very handy while getting the dependency from some external website. So I recommend you to get the following pubspec assist for now. You can simply press Ctrl+Shift+P to bring the command palette. You can simply move into the pubspec assist tab, and here you can simply type the name of the dependency that we will be needing for setting up our Flutter project with AWS Amplify. So here I can simply write Amplify. For setting up our Flutter project, we will simply need Amplify core. So we can simply get the Amplify core for now. So once we have everything ready and up, we can simply move into project folder into meme.dart file and simply remove all the unnecessary code. So let's set up a new home page for our entire application. So I will simply create a new stateful widget for a home page. So now let's start shifting our Flutter project with AWS Amplify. So first thing first, you will simply need an instance of Amplify itself, And after getting the instance, you will simply need a boolean variable for the condition over if our Flutter project is configured with AWS Amplify or not. And after that, we will simply need a method that will connect our Flutter project with AWS Amplify console. So to do that, we can create a new method, let's say void configure, and this configure method is going to be asynchronous. And here I can simply instantiate our configuration. So to do that, I can simply write amplify dot, and after pressing dot, you will see all the methods available for your amplify object instance. So here we will simply need a configure thing, but wait a minute, we don't have any configuration up and ready. So to add a configuration, we will simply need to play with our terminal. After reaching into a terminal, you simply have to write the following command, which is amplify init. Now this init method will simply configure everything that you will be requiring for setting up your Amplify console with the Flutter project. So here let's give a name for our project, that is Flutter AWS. Also an environment, let's say developer environment, not a production for now. Also we'll be requiring to give a default editor to that, and after that we will simply need a path where the following configuration file will be saved. So we can simply save our configuration file on the main library itself. Now we have to provide here our AWS profile that we have just created at the start of this video. And after setting up everything, it will typically take 5 to 10 minutes for setting our project with AWS Management Console. And under our config method, we can simply provide the configuration to name to it. So let's copy the configuration name and provide it here. And after providing the value, let's auto import the file path. Let's close this. And once our configuration is up and ready, we can simply set the state of the following boolean variable to true. So let's type that. And once the condition of our boolean variable is true, we can simply print out a statement. Let's say configuration is the value of the configuration, which is true or false. But to initiate this method at the start of our application, we simply have to add the following method into our init state. So to do that, we can simply override the following build method, and here we can simply construct a new method which is void init state. And here we can simply add a condition if the configuration of the following amplify is not configured, that is not configured. We can simply configure by wrapping the entire method in the following configure thing. Also into our build method, instead of returning a container, let's add a scaffold having an app bar as well as a body to be a container. Now before running your entire application, I also recommend you to run Flutter clean so that everything will be cleaned up and you can start from scratch. So here we can simply press F5 to debug our entire application, and it will simply take 5 to 6 minutes for launching our entire application. So I will fast forward the video, and if everything has gone right into our application, we will simply see our print statement, which is configuration is true or not. And fortunately we are seeing configuration is true, that is our Flutter project is successfully configured with Amplify console. And if we simply check our AWS Management Console by moving into AWS Amplify, here we can simply see a new app is created, which is Flutter AWS. And here you can simply see all of the following tabs, which is a front-end environment as well as a back-end environment. Now this was all about for the following video, that is configuring our Flutter project with Amplify console. And I hope you will join me in the next videos where we will be configuring authentication, storage as well as database for our Flutter project with the Amplify console. So if you love this configuration, kindly like this video. Also you can comment out all of your doubts that you are confronted while setting up an Amplify console with Flutter project. If you find something meaningful from this video, you can simply subscribe to this channel if you have not. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.